welcome back to the Ben and Rich YouTube channel. Guys, we got a special one in store for you today. If you've seen the thumbnail already, then you know what we're going to pick up. We're heading out to our buddy's Junkyard, Wolverton Auto. We got a special project in store for you guys. If you've been following along with the channel, you might know what we talked about in our Junkyard video. There's a little hint for you if you guys watched that one. So we are going to pick up a little project, something we're going to get together for Wayne, something he's been wanting. He's had it for a little while. And we're just gonna get it running. You know, we're gonna go ahead and put a motor in it for him, do all kinds of fun activities. And you know what? We got an S10 cab, we got a scrap today, so we figured it'd be a perfect opportunity to pick this unit up. We're almost there. Give me just a second. See, friends, this is why you bring your little helper. He's out busting straps already, aren't you, Brian? Oh yeah, gotta drag him along for that stuff. That's how you teach them young, guys. Just saying. So, yep, we got this thing. We've tripped her out. Our buddy Rodney at Smallwood Racing hooked us up with this. That's where we got a lot of our interior parts from. Got a door, as you saw too. And it's actually a decent cab, but it's a little banged up, and yeah, so it's time to get rid of her and put her somewhere up there. But if you look a little closer, you may recall what it was that we're coming to pick up. So they're pulling the front clip off right now. Do a little quick scrub-a-dub-dub before we load it on the trailer, make sure she's looking fresh. Even though after looking at my trailer with the muddy road we drove down, I don't know how much a wash job will do, but let's get up there and take a look. You guys are doing all the hard work for me. What the hell?
Yeah.
Front clips off. That'll be all right.
There's two bolts right there by your hand.
That's it, huh?
That's what. Well.
That's what held it on, guys.
The front clip's gonna take a little work.
Well, you said there's that other international truck like this across the street, right?
The fenders are so big.
Just as okay. Yeah, them big green ones. That'd be all right though.
Taking that fuel pump off.
Yeah, but the benefit of this patina though, you could just weld some steel on and let it rust. What are you thinking, Joe?
Take that fuel pump off so I can get to that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, gotta get the fuel pump out. We're pulling the motor out here at the yard because we don't need no small blocks laying around, just saying. Got it already?
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, so you guys saw this in our little Junkyard video. We got a... Hi, Dad. Oh, watch out for the bee's nest up there, buddy. There's a big guy up there. Okay, you don't look at that. So we're not sure if that thing's alive or not, but... Now, we don't have a floor pan, guys, but the biggest goal is for us is we're going to get this thing up and running and probably just put a fuel cell in the back and then, what, get some lights going probably? Is the idea? See if we can get her semi-roadworthy. But being on a more modern chassis, I know 80s, you say modern, right? But at least this way here, it's not on a 1930s chassis. And it's got, you know, disc braking. So the biggest thing is we're not getting the front clip. Just something we ain't got to deal with right now. Now, the hood does stay on this. We're on the fence of taking it off because then it's just out of our way. I know we won't have a radiator set up, but maybe he'll have that kind of sorted out so we can put it back on. But the goal is for me in our shop is to get it where it runs and drives again, guys. That's the whole freaking goal. You know, this thing is so cool. Why would you let it sit around? You got to enjoy it. So, like I said, they're dumping that off right now. And then Joe and I are going to get this motor plucked out real quick.
Let's get it right on the floor. Okay. I got it pretty tight now.
We won't, yeah, that's what we do with small blocks. We don't need that wiring anymore. No, don't worry, guys, don't worry. Well, that's a quick way to evacuate a small block. So motor mounts, like I said, they did us a solid, but I'm actually starting to see more of what they did. Check this out, guys. I don't even know if Wayne saw this yet, but you see they welded the front half on from a square body. We were thinking it was on a different frame, but I'm starting to question that now. Not that it's a big deal for us. I mean, it makes it easier, really. We just got to come up with some sort of creative cross member. We're going to do a TH400, but I think we're going to do a 6-liter in front of it, or a 5.3, one of the two. So, got a nice comfy seat in there. The old swivel bucket, you know. This thing's badass, guys. But it's going to be sweet because we can take and probably use the same style ignition switch. I know back in my auto parts days, I could get them pretty reasonable. It's a little key on switch, so we got a key for it. You weren't kidding about that control arm. There ain't much left in this one. So I was looking at this, Wayne, I don't know if you saw it, but you can see they spliced the front half of the frame on there. We were thinking maybe it was a whole frame, but it's definitely pieced on there. I mean, it looks like they did a pretty decent job.
Well, that must be, yeah, look at how that looks, Scott.
Yeah, the mounts on there, I like the spring-loaded mounts. Yeah, pretty straight frame, but it looks like it's still a 14 bolt. They must have changed the rear end with this then. So I don't think this one's going on the hoist, guys. This one's kind of boxy, you know. So we're gonna hopefully see if we can find a painter. We were kind of talking of putting maybe his logo of his brand on the side of the truck would be pretty freaking cool. So if you got any Michigan guys that can hand paint some cool stuff, let me know. Drop it in the comments. All right, we're gonna do a quick little time lapse of pressure washing this engine bay, getting this all polished up before it heads to the house. Get race car parts, guys. We got a whole new rear subframe coming. I was talking with Junkyard Joe. He said this is the way. So I mean, honestly, it's easier that way too. We got a couple trailing arms, and then we have 4 18s that hold up in the rear of the subframe. So one-stop shop, I tell you. All right, let's get her drug around. Just gonna throw a strap across it. We got to make sure we got room for our box truck. There we go. Perfect. All right, now it's time to load that unit. Hey Brian, it's unfreezable. Hold on a second. All right, go ahead, buddy.
Out or in?
In. Other way. Other way. Keep her going, keep her going. Cut to the right a little bit. Friends, we got the unit all loaded up. It's gonna be freaking glorious. How awesome, I'm telling you, it's gonna be an adventure for sure. Now granted, you may not see the whole process of the whole restoration of this thing. Now, it's not gonna be frame off. It's more of leaving it ratty like it is, but make it drivable. So our process and our responsibility is to get it up and running and hopefully get it moving down the road. Now the rest of this stuff, that's gonna be on Wayne. They wanna work on some of it as well. So we'll definitely keep tidbits of the videos coming of this thing, but by all means, you're gonna see this thing get a Farm Fresh 5.3. Hell yeah. Let's get back to the shop. Oh, hey, how's it going, guys? Yeah, it's the next day if you didn't notice, and we got this unit unloaded. So let's talk about it. Friends, she made it back to the Ben & Wrenches compound. This lovely, glorious 1940s, I think, milk truck welding truck unit is here. So you guys saw us pick it up. You seen her back at the compound. So here's what we're gonna do. We need to decide what's going in this unit. You won't see it go in today in this video, but as you know, this front subframe here, like we discussed, is 80s small block Chevy setup for the motor mounts. It is a 80s 3/4 ton Chevy front suspension. You can see where they sectioned in like we talked about already. And their axles are GM 14 bolts. So they did all the hard stuff for us. Now, our responsibilities are to get this thing running. Now, it is a project Wayne wants to finish himself, but for us, we get to put a farm fresh 5.3 liter in it with a TH400 transmission. And you ask why? Why another LS? Because you know what, guys? He's got an abundance of them, and they make power, and they run. So this unit here, the plan is stock 5.3, TH400. They've already done the hard work modifying. So we have the factory column shifter. So the plan, for wiring's sake, we're gonna get ourselves an eBay performance wiring harness, and hopefully, because Wayne's wiring turn signals and stuff on this. Now, they did the work of putting this square body steering column in it. So that means we have all of our fuse box and whatnot. So hopefully we can get ourselves a painless wiring harness or something of that nature to be a direct bolting, because that is a common fuse box. Now, let's show you a little closer. Right here, kind of hard to see, kind of crappy, but they put the brake booster assembly on there, so that worked out awesome, right? So I know it's still an old school generation of things, and I know there's a big gaping hole here. The idea at some point, again, probably won't be our responsibility, but I would love to have this thing where he can have it done for Halloween, because that's the plan, folks, to drive this thing around and haul the kids around, right? That's what I thought. So gas pedal, brake pedal, all that stuff, a square body, fuse box like we talked about. So realistically, guys, it's like we're working on an 80s Chevy truck, and that should be easy. Now you say, what about a fuel cell or fuel of sorts, right? So he is aware the plan is in one of these back corners, because this obviously is gonna work, and probably get some new OSB or something for these doors or whatever the case may be. That's on him. But we need to get ourselves a fuel cell here. We're gonna do is probably like a 20-gallon basic with an inline pump. It's gonna work out slick. I'm freaking excited, guys. But let me show you something else. We have another project that showed up yesterday for the channel. We have ourselves a 2000 crew cab, a 1-door and 2 doors, huh? It's a 2000 OBS, okay? We talked about, I don't remember if we talked about the wiring harness or not. But anyways, we got a Texas wiring specialist harness for this truck, so there's a direct bolt in, okay? Our buddy Brent ordered this thing. It took several months to get. That's why it's taken so long. We haven't talked about it very much, because you know what? We wanted to make this one perfect, okay? We got a nasty little 6-liter sitting in the shop for it, because obviously this unit here being a 3/4 ton, she's got herself a 4L80E, my friend. So that's gonna be a direct bolt in. How freaking exciting is that? We're gonna pull the Vortec 350 out of this. Oh yeah. Then, one more thing real quick here. Let me show you. So for the S10 fans of the channel, we haven't picked out a name yet. I've been thinking, you know, everything needs a name, okay? And I've been really pondering. What do you think about Gumby? All right, we put a big Gumby on the back window. We gotta have a name. It seems like every YouTube channel I watch, every car has a personality, right? Let me know what you think about that. But I wanted to show you something. So I'll drop a little clip in real quick. All right, friends, we got Rusty coming to visit here. Oh yeah, we're gonna take a little rip down the road. We got to run a little better. We put some Demon 170 injectors in. I'll drop the information in the video here, but this is just a little, you know, a little test run anyways before it heads to the chassis dyno.
Mopar, no car.
Damn Jeep guys, I tell you. All right, so basically he's data logging right now. Again, we're just trying to get a baseline going, guys, so we can be ready for the chassis dyno anyways. But the injectors were the problem for sure. So, as you saw just a second ago, Rusty was up for a few minutes. Now, I didn't get a ton of footage with him here, because this thing is gonna be going to the chassis dyno, where you're gonna be seeing a lot more of him here in the next, hopefully, week. because we want to see what kind of steam she puts down. But he had hooked us up with some Demon 170 injectors. Now you're asking what kind of injectors we were going to run, right? So I'll drop a part number in for those. I did do a short on it if you follow my shorts. That's the latest and greatest internet hack. You can get Demon 170 injectors, which are an 1100 cc, 110 per hour, 110 pound per hour fuel injector for 50 bucks a piece. And they're Bosch OEM. Think about that, guys. That's an internet breaker, I'm telling you, because you know what? Go buy yourself some fuel injection clinic. Go buy yourself some Holley. You're gonna spend 100 bucks a piece no matter what you do, or more. So think about that next time you buy some budget performance stuff. But we got some reference lines hooked up for our Mac valve. Our boost controller is gonna be set up in the Holley, but check this out. Last time you left off, she had a little fumble. She's running buttery smooth now, folks, so you'll see more of that to come, I promise. But this video here, friends, was more about that minty fresh international milk truck. So guys, I hope you're excited to see that one. I was hoping to have a little more done to it, but we're sourcing parts right now. Like I said, Wayne's digging us up a motor and tranny. We got motor mounts on order. We're gonna use the old super sliders. We use them on everything because I love those things. Actually, same with our buddy Brent's truck as well. That's gonna get the super sliders. You'll see that again here in the next couple weeks. It's gonna be a fun couple months, guys, because we have a lot of action-packed stuff and it all rolled in at one time. We got the S10, we got Brent's truck, we got the old milk truck, and then we got our friends over at Street Freaks Garage. We're gonna be doing their square body, a 76 square body with a nice patriotic paint job. Is gonna be getting a Farm Fresh 5.3 as well. So, guys, I'm glad you tagged along for this one. It's a little bit different, but we're trying to figure out the right path, okay? So, on that note, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, share all that good stuff. We'll see you on the next one.